Hey everyone, this is Aaron at hitchedforfun.com. Thanks for tuning in. Before I forget, make sure you hit that like button. I really appreciate the likes, and any comments, leave them below. I always love to hear from my fans. Today I want to teach you how to make a Apple Spice Cobbler in a Lodge 12-inch Dutch oven. Super easy. This is a recipe that anybody can do on their own. Don't be afraid to try. It's really hard to screw up, so you can do it, I'm sure. I'll show you the ingredients as we go along, but basically it's going to take a apple spice cake, and cake mix, and 2 cans of apple pie filling, a stick of butter, and a little bit of preparation, and you'll be well on your way. All right, let's get started. Before we get started with the cobbler, I thought I'd take a moment and show you something really cool that I brought to camp with me this week. This right here is my 3rd great grandmother's Dutch oven. Is that cool or what? She was born in 1857. This is her oven. It's in beautiful condition. I was blessed to inherit this oven, and it got passed down to me. What a real treat Dutch oven cooking is. You know, when I cook in this, it brings all kinds of cool emotions to me. I'm thinking of my 3rd great grandmother, that's a long time ago, prepared meals in this oven for her kids, and I actually know and lived when her daughter was alive, and so I have memories of her. Thinking of her cooking meals in this, passing it down from grandmother to grandmother, and then me receiving that's pretty awesome. So Dutch ovens are unique. They're going to be a piece of cooking hardware gear that you can actually put in your will and pass on. My kids joke all the time that, oh boy, who's going to inherit dad's ovens, you know, because I've got 14 or more of them now. I love them. They're a lot of fun. They're valuable. They don't go bad. You know, a Dutch oven like this is my very first Dutch oven. It's a 12-inch Lodge oven. They get better actually with use. The seasoning improves and it lasts multiple lifetimes. If you take care of them, they'll help you prepare all kinds of cool meals for literally hundreds of years for your family. So thanks for letting me share that with you. So if you invest in a Dutch oven, it's a lifelong love, something you can pass on to other family members, and something to consider. All right, let's get cooking. Step number 1 for making a cobbler is deciding what flavor you want. Today we're going to make apple spice. You may want to try a chocolate cherry, peach and a yellow cake, a Hawaiian style with pineapple. You can't screw it up. Basically, this recipe can be repeated with whatever fruit you like and your favorite cake mix, and try it out. I've made hundreds of these over my life with scouts and different groups, and recipes we thought that may not come out so well actually tasted really good. So I don't think you can mess it up. But today we're going to make the apple spice one demonstration for you. So step number 2 is to determine how you're going to cook it in your oven. Some of my purist friends will say never ever put aluminum foil in a Dutch oven. Hey, you can put aluminum foil in your oven if you want to. Why would you want to do that? I like using aluminum foil when I'm cooking a dessert because it cleans up really, really easy. Now, of course, when you've got this seasoned really well, it's not that hard to clean up truthfully. It won't stick too bad. However, usually when you're cooking a cobbler, it's going to be late at night, it's dark, and you're at a camp where you don't have a lot of running water, and just cleaning that out and getting the syrup, you know, out of the oven takes a lot of water, and it's time to go to bed. So I will often make a cobbler with aluminum foil lined in the pot. So I'm going to demonstrate how to do that. It's not too hard. Take your lid off. These are real handy. This is a 4-in-1 tool. It works as a lid stand and a tool and so forth. Keeps the surface of your oven lid clean and off the ground. Another cool thing, I'll show you right now. You can flip it upside down and cook on it like that. You can put briquettes under it, you can warm tortillas, you can cook eggs right on that like a skillet, and everything will go right to the center, and that's another story. Anyways, so put the lid like that, I recommend the heavy duty oil. It's a little, not oil, aluminum foil. So it's a little bit thicker and it won't tear as easy. Get a couple pieces. And I'll hold this up to the camera in just a second. We're going a little bit longer there. And kind of form it to the pot itself. Trying to get it flat on the bottom, flat on the sides. Like that, and I'll set the lid on top to press it down. Okay. I'll hold this up to the camera so you can see it. So real simple, just line the bottom and a little ways up the side. And then when you're done cooking, all you got to do is just grab this foil, pull it right out, throw it in the trash, and you can go to bed if you're at camp and not have to worry about it. Again, you don't need this if you don't want to. Sorry to my Dutch oven purist friends that cringe every time they see aluminum foil, but I want you to have success, make it easy, and then you can decide which way you want to do it. I'll do it either way. It just depends on the circumstance at camp. Okay, let's get on to the next step. The next step is to spread 2 cans of pie filling across the bottom in an even layer. Just open up your can and start spreading them around the bottom evenly like this with a spoon. All right, got the second can in here. Get them all evenly spread out like that. No problem. All right, a tip for you, if you don't want it super sweet, you could also get the fruit in the can that's in the light syrup. You don't have to do the pie filling. The pie filling has a little bit more sugar in it, a little sweeter. Just, make that based on your own personal preference. So we are now ready to add the cake. Next step is to add the dry cake mix. Pretty simple to do. All you got to do is pour it on top and then spread it around evenly. And put it over here. Take the knife or whatever, spread it around. All you got to do is just make sure that you've covered all the fruit with the cake mix. Like so. Very simple, just spread it out like that. Next, I'm going to take this stick of butter. Got some unsalted butter here. I'm going to slice it up in little pieces and distribute it evenly across the top of the cobbler. All right, the butter's been sliced, put on top of the dry cake mix, and your cobbler is ready. Can you believe that? Super simple. So easy, anybody can do it. Now the way this works is when we start cooking, we're gonna have heat coming up from the bottom. That's gonna cause the pie filling to start bubbling and boiling, and it's gonna start mixing that cake and wetting all of it, plus the butter melting on the top coming through the cake. So you do not need to make the cake mix. Don't do that at all. Just do it just like this, and you'll be surprised. The way you know it's done, and I'll show you that, is that all of the cake mix will be wet. So once it's bubbled, boiled, and stirred around a little bit and gotten wet, then you know, hey, it's time to eat. Plus your nose is gonna start getting a little excited with the smell. It smells terrific. All right, let's get cooking. All right, got my briquettes all lit there. It's gonna take approximately 12 or 13 on the bottom, 12 or 13 on top. So I just threw a small pile of briquettes in the chimney, put a little lighter fluid on them, or you can buy the match light, those are awesome too, and just let them get going. You'll know the coals are ready when they're all mostly white and charred over them, when most of that black is gone. So we'll give this about 20 minutes and we will dump those out and start cooking. While we've got a few more minutes waiting for the coals to get ready, I thought I'd tell you about a safety thing you should be aware of. Dutch ovens, as you probably are aware, get extremely hot. The last thing you want to do is reach out with your bare hand and grab a lid. I've only done that once. Hopefully you never do it, but if you do, hopefully you'll never do it again. You can get third-degree burns really quick. That's one of the features we really like about cast iron, is that it stays hot and retains that heat. Well, put your hand out without touching it and feel if it's still warm before you just reach out and grab it. They make great lid lifters and pot holders. All you got to do, hook that right under the lid and you can pick up the lid. You can shake off any ash if you want to. You can pick up the whole oven itself. Move it around without having to touch it with your bare hands. They also make gloves from Lodge that work great. Just don't grab them with your bare hands. I don't recommend that. If you do it twice, well, I guess you're a slow learner or you get distracted easily. So be mindful of that. I want to save you. All right, looks like we got a few more minutes and we'll get cooking. Our coals are ready. Yippee. It's like waiting for paint to dry. All right, let's get cooking. So what you're going to do is take your coals, dump them out on the table. All right, so set this aside. Put them on your aluminum foil or in your oil pan. And let me put my oven up here. And we're going to put about half of those coals on top and half on the bottom. And we'll spread them out evenly. I'm just going to set these on top real quick. Another handy tool is a pair of tongs. Comes in real handy, or a little garden trowel, but then your hands are real close to the fire and it gets a little bit hot. So I would use tongs if you can get them. Okay, spread them out so they're kind of even. I hope you can see that. I almost grabbed the oven. Luckily it's not hot yet, but easy to get distracted, so don't do that. Okay, so I'll set it on top and I'll spread the coals around the top like so. In my experience, I've found that you should put the bulk of the coals along the outer perimeter of the oven. When you think about it, that's where most of the iron is, and these walls is where all that iron is that needs to be heated up in order to start cooking. So if you concentrate your coals around the perimeter, that will help heat that up like so. Okay, all right. And then this will take, depending on your outside temperature and how many coals, maybe 20 to 30 minutes for it to fully cook and be done. The first indication you're going to get is you're going to start smelling the cobbler, and then you'll know you're getting a little bit closer. About every 10 minutes or so, I recommend taking your lid lifter, turning the oven about a quarter turn, and then spinning the lid about a quarter turn. And what that does is it helps you keep from getting hot spots in whatever you're cooking inside the oven. It's just so that one coal isn't, providing constant heat at that one spot. You're kind of spreading it around. Iron does a really good job of evenly distributing it, but I found that's just a little tip that's helped me in my cooking over the years. So, all right, now we get to sit back, relax and camp, read a book, something like that, and enjoy some cobbler in a little bit. All right, let's take a peek, see how it's doing. I can smell it. I wish you could smell it. Oh, yeah. That is looking good, guys. Okay, I'm gonna turn it a little more. My table's not perfectly level, so I'm gonna turn it like that. See if I can't get that other last little bit corner that was over here to get it to bubble and try and wet the rest of that cake, but looking good. Just a few more minutes. All right, I let that go for another 10 minutes or so. Let's take a peek. It smells so good. I'm getting too excited. Oh, look at that. Awesome. Okay, so that's done. So you can see it's boiled and bubbled. You can see a little bit of bubbling going on there. It's moistened all that cake. The butter's soaked through. So now what we need to do is take the coals off of the lid. So I could have put it right there and dumped it, but right here on the side. But what will happen is all the ash will go into the oven. You don't want to do that. Okay, so take your oven, we'll put it on the ground like that. What's cool again about Dutch ovens, it's all sealed. You're not going to get any dirt or any garbage in there. Just set it off to the side. I'm going to grab the lid, carefully bring it up over here. And now I can tip it, shake it like that so that's clean. And put the lid back on and it can start cooling. Get this lid thing over here, lid stand. They call that device a 4-in-1. Really good because I'll put it back up here. Some other things you can do with it. Put that tool back. It too can work as a lid stand, like that. Right there. You can open it and put this on the ground, put the lid on it upside down, and then you can use that lid as a griddle as well. Different options for that one tool, and I highly recommend those. You saw before I was able to set the lid on it even with the coals and then be able to put it right back on without getting the base of it all dirty and gross for your food. Okay, so I'll set that there, let it cool a little bit. I'm going to move these coals away so that it stops heating the oven, because I want to have a piece of that. That looks really good. While that's cooling, I'm going to go get my bowl and spatula or spoon and some vanilla ice cream to top it off with, and it'll be just perfect. Like I said before, iron gets really hot. It's going to take a little bit of time for that to cool down. If you went right in there and scooped it up, it's like scooping lava in your mouth. You'll burn your tongue and won't be able to enjoy any of it, so don't do that. So let's give that another, I don't know, another 10 or 15 minutes to cool down, and we will have ourselves a taste and see how we did. All right, I can't wait to eat some of this. Let's dig in, all right? I've got my spoon here to scoop this out. Oh, I wish you could smell this. It is amazing. And I've had to be around for an hour or so smelling it, so you're just gonna have to trust me on the smell, but it smells so good, that cinnamon spice. Oh yeah. Scoop up some. Woo. Now if you've got the foil in the bottom, just scoop gently so you don't tear through it, and get that sugary apples on the bottom. Take a look at that. Oh yeah. Okay, now if you happen to be trying this at home, or you're camping with your fifth wheel RV or trailer, you got a freezer, bring some ice cream. I got some French vanilla ice cream. Let me scoop a little in. All right, put that on top. Oh yeah, okay. All right, the moment I've been waiting for. Piece of cake and apple and ice cream. Awesome. Woohoo! That is amazing, guys. Easy peasy to make. Delicious. All right. I love this stuff. I could eat this all day, but I can't. I'd be 400 pounds. So, enjoy, guys. Give it a try. Don't be afraid. You can do it. Mix it up, any different kind of flavor. But this is the bomb. Totally love cobbler. If you like this video and it helped you, give it a thumbs up, like it. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be making other ones as well, from lasagna to cornbread to whatever, demoing the equipment we carry from Lodge. It's good quality stuff. Look at our website, hitchforfun.com, and I will talk to you later. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.